Hey, you guys, welcome back to Love Nation. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has been coming to my channel, liking my videos. Please click the notification bell and become a family member to this channel. There is so much I want to review today. I also want to, go through maybe like the last third of Amber Heard's last bit of cross examination testimony because honestly, she really did not do so well today. Again, she seemed to be a lot more rattled, in my opinion. And like I said, she did everything she could. However, you know, she was completely exposed today, in my opinion. And like I said, while I'm sharing my opinion, I am definitely going to be going through a few things with you guys. First being that poll that we did, and then I'm going to go through Twitter as well as play some video because, like I said, everybody's had an opinion about this case. A lot of people are definitely commenting about this case. And like I said, Amber Heard, in my opinion, really, I don't really think she did herself a favor with the amount of mistruths that seem to have been uncovered throughout this trial. I think that this was definitely a win today for Johnny Depp, in my opinion. If you guys feel differently, you are welcome to share your opinion on my channel. Now, let me try to find my post community post reviews. Just so I can try to give you guys the results for this. All right, so the first poll I actually did on my website, my YouTube site, Love and Other Problems. And again, please go ahead and subscribe, family. The first question was Amber Heard coach during the time that they had off of the court? Everybody said 100% yes. This looked cleaned up, and 0% said they thought she was naturally better or more thoughtful with this. And the second question was, after a 10-day trial break, um, do you think that Amber will help or hurt her case? Again, 100%. Everybody said no, she was not telling the truth to begin with. 0% said that she had better time to prep and think about what she was doing. That is very telltale. I am going to go ahead and play some of this cross examination just so I can get into a few things concerning this. And then, like I said, I'm going to go back and make some comments. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys and then share some thoughts. It's going to be some sound should be coming in just a moment. The attorneys are doing a sidebar, so just give it a moment. As soon as they finish the sidebar, it's going to go into the most explosive part of this entire trial, which is really going to get into the James Franco situation. Is going to get into uh you know um the excessive usages of different things that her and Johnny used. Also is going to get into a lot of back and forth shocking audio, which may not be very shocking to some people, but like I said, they're going to get into that in just a minute. So while that's filling in, if you guys want to go ahead and leave a comment about this case, go ahead and leave it in the comments. And like I said, Amber Heard seriously got rolled over in this trial today. She was exposed a lot. And you know, I am I'm just like kind of shocked at the situation. Like it's just like shocking that she could have actually done so much to him and just got away with so much uh hurtfulness, so much deviant behavior, and this is trending like everywhere.
Hi, I'm Thomas, and I'm here to tell you how you can participate.
All right, let me go through here. I'm gonna mute it. All right, let me go back to my screen and mute that and see if I can skip it. Okay. Alrighty. Let's just speed this up.
That's a good idea, sorry.
All right, so they're coming back in, and like I said, this is probably the most explosive part of the entire testimony. So they're about to get into this in just a minute. Like this video, share this video. I'm so happy this channel is growing, you guys. All right, let me just try to speed this up.
How Mr. Waldman's statements, quote, torture you every day. Do you recall that testimony? I do. And then, and that you look at them every day. I look at the online attacks, the media. You can't avoid it, to be honest, that those statements are often attached to. I don't look at his statements every day. And you testified that you just want to move on with your life, right? I do very much want to move on with my life. But you've gone out of your way to engage with Mr. Waldman on social media, haven't you? I have made a comment, I believe, once. I would not characterize that as engaging with him. Let's please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1266.
Your microphone. Your microphone.
I don't have this yet, so I'm asking for it to
Right
be
there.
given to me before.
It's a photograph.
I think it's just a.
This is your tweet, right, Ms. Heard?
That is correct.
I'm going to move to admit and publish this tweet.
I don't check the relevance.
Objection, I'm sorry, what's the objection?
I'm sorry, relevance?
All right, I'll overrule the objection, 881C in evidence.
Can we please have it published to the jury?
I'm sorry, 1266, I apologize.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is from March 26, 2021, right?
All right, I'm going to speed this up and get to the juicy part.
You didn't mean to hit me in the head with the door, but you.
Okay, this is where it gets juicy. Okay.
No objection, 368 in evidence in its entirety.
It's a shitty lock. Anyway, I opened the bathroom door when you were knocking on it. After a few times I opened, and you you just commit. You just kept going. You just kept going, kept going. I tried to close the door 3 times. Please, just don't, and then wait, and then I accidentally, I swear, when I was trying to close the door, I guess it scraped your toes. I didn't mean to do that. And I bent down, and you either pushed or you kicked. I think you kicked the door open. I mean, the door, more open, so that it would hit me. And it hit me.
I didn't mean to. I didn't know
It
that.
hit me in the fucking head.
But I did not mean to do that. I don't know what
I was bent down behind the door.
I did not do anything to her. I did not kick a door or push a door so that it would hit you. I did not. I swear that it was not my intention. I think I remember when the door scraped my toes, I reacted, but the door thing, I remember, I never did that. That wasn't on purpose. I might have done it on accident.
Okay.
But
so let's say that was an accident. I then stood up. I don't even know if I said, I might have said, like, what the fuck, whatever, because I just been hit in the head with the fucking corner of a door.
I'm so sorry. I did not. I'm sorry.
And then I stood up, and then you fucking clocked me.
I remember hitting you as a response to the door thing.
You see this app right here? It's called Audible. Using just this little app on my phone, I was able to replace my full-time income.
All right, I am going to skip that ad. And I'm going to actually pause it right here. In my opinion, doing this recap, this was probably the most efficient way that Camille, who is the lawyer that is really grinding into Amber's behind, the way that she actually set up these questions to force Amber to start with like the low ball end of having to force her to say yes, which ended up building into Amber having to get to the juicier stuff that would honestly trigger the perjury, was just outstanding in my opinion. And I definitely want to hear y'all opinion on this, because this setup was so good, because Amber has actually been doing one thing over and over and over to her detriment, in my opinion, as a non-expert. She has actually backed herself into a corner by having to Lego stack every single story that she was lying about, to where Johnny's attorney was able to slowly Lego stack her into a corner to force her to admit when she was doing stuff. Let me go ahead and play a little bit more of this.
And I'm really sorry about hitting you with the door or hitting your head. I did not mean to, nor...
You didn't mean to hit me in the head with the door, but you meant to punch me in the jaw.
I meant to hit you, and I did not do this thing with the door. I did mean to hit you.
So that you didn't mean?
The door? No, God, no, I didn't.
But punching me in the jaw.
I didn't. Okay, I'm sorry I hit you. I did mean to hit you, but it was in response. I just reacted in response to my foot. I just reacted, and I'm sorry. It's below me.
Your foot? That was why you punched me.
Yeah. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I.
Again, I'm going to go ahead and pause right there. Again, Johnny's lawyers are stellar on this end as far as forcing her to listen to the audio tape. Now, this is very clear audio, because remember, Amber Heard keeps testifying, saying over and over again that Johnny is the aggressor. Johnny has done this. Johnny has done that. However, it actually seemed to me, actually from the start, it seemed like everything she did to Johnny She actually blamed Johnny to doing to her. This is a very weird complex. I've actually never seen this before in my life, where you can actually accuse the person you did it to get it in your mind that they actually did it to you and you did it to them. It's just so bizarre. So look, let me keep going.
Dan, that's you and Mr. Depp on that recording, right?
That's correct.
And Mr. Depp was hiding from you in the bathroom. Isn't that right, Ms. Heard?
Incorrect.
Well, Mr. Depp said on that recording, I opened the bathroom door when you were knocking on it. Doesn't he?
I don't know if he said that, and I didn't hear that.
And
one
Mr.
myself.
Depp said, when I was trying to close the door, I guess it scraped your toes. He says that, doesn't he?
Correct.
And then you kicked the bathroom door into his head, didn't you?
No, I didn't. And I
then you punched him in the
defended
jaw.
myself in that audio. You can hear it for yourself.
Right. And then you punched him in the jaw.
I also did not do that. I tried to make that clear on the audio tape too,
So-
in futility.
So Mr. Depp said, you meant to punch me in the jaw, right?
Are you asking me what he said on the
Yeah.
on the recording? Yes, he said that.
And then you respond, I meant to hit you, didn't you?
As I explained yesterday, I was trying to get him off the door,
Oh
You
my
said,
God.
I remember, I did mean to hit you.
meaning the door. The door was on my feet. I
You've heard
reacted
this-
instinctively to that.
You've heard this audio before, haven't you, Ms. Heard?
Yeah, we've already had this trial before.
Yeah, it was played for you when you were deposed in 2016 in connection with your divorce from Mr. Depp, wasn't it?
That's one of the times I've heard it, yes.
So you've had plenty of time to think about how to respond to this recording, haven't you?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, let's take a look at how you responded to it the first time. Can we please pull up what will
Oh my God. So I love what Johnny's lawyer is doing. Johnny's lawyer is actually throwing Amber's own medicine back in her face. Amber has been very, very short in implicit details, and it seems like everything she was the aggressor on, she seemed to take herself out of doing it and blamed it on Johnny. Now, again, being called out for it, she's like, oh, my toes got scraped. Oh, this happened, that happened. She is clearly on tape. He is clearly on tape. I'm actually curious. I don't even know if Johnny knew he was being taped at this point, because if he actually went to go hide in the bathroom during this particular incident, it would not have been anything off of Amber's back to be like, oh, I know Johnny is mad, so let me hurry up and record and see what I can get out of him while I'm recording this to make him look bad. So good play on Johnny for keeping it cool, because, obviously it seemed like he was in a lot of pain. But again, it seems like Amber is taking what she did to Johnny and she's basically trying to make herself appear to be the victim even in this situation. So let me just go ahead and play a little more.
be marked Plaintiff's Exhibit 1261.
The next thing that I'm going to play
Your Honor?
to you
Great.
as
Your Honor.
Hugh.
All right. Oh, you want to come?
Okay, now it's saying at this point, whatever they were trying to play was either not in order, or maybe they played the wrong sample, or something wasn't labeled. Let me go ahead and just try to fast forward this part. Okay, let me try to get past this commercial. Sorry, guys. I hate these commercials. All right, let's go back to the testimony. Okay, they're getting the exhibit together. What you guys think? Leave some comments below. Because today was a mess. Today was definitely a mess. She was definitely exposed today. Okay, let me forward a little bit more. Okay, keep going. Oh, here we go.
Excerpt that you hit him with the door but did not intend to hit him, correct? Did you say that?
And I said whatever I said in that recording. I
Okay.
don't. When you play it for me, it's hard for me to remember everything.
And that's a recording marked as exhibit the punching.
Q. It was
Q.
played.
Q. Would you continue to listen to exhibit Q?
Are these from the same day?
I reacted, but this whole the door thing, I never did that. That was in on purpose, and I thought an accident.
Okay. Let's say that was an accident. I then stood up. I don't even know. I might have said, what the fuck? You know, whatever. That just been hitting the head with the fucking water of the door.
I'm so sorry. I did not. I'm sorry.
And then I stood up. And then you feel like the fuck.
I remember hitting it as a response to the door thing. And I'm really sorry about hitting you with the door or hitting your head. Did not mean to or
You didn't need to hit me in the head with the door, but you meant to
I did
punch me in the jaw.
I meant to hit you, and I did not do this thing with the door. I do remember I did mean to hit you.
Was it that you didn't mean?
The door? No, God, no, I
Put punching me in the jaw.
didn't. Okay, I'm sorry.
So on the tape, you tell Johnny Depp that you did mean to hit him.
And it also misrepresents that what actually happened.
I'm going to pause it right there. She is so callous. Now, this is a replay of the deposition that she had to do in 2016 during the divorce. And you guys look at this. She's eating. She's kind of rolling her eyes, kind of smirky, kind of feel like she's like too big for this, kind of like get this over with, I don't care kind of attitude. This is such a bad attitude to have. Let me just go ahead and keep going.
Which is him trying to get into a room. I'm trying to keep him out. And then he runs the door over my toes, trying to get into the room. I tried to push him out of it, which is what the hit is referred to. And Johnny, whenever he was injured or touched, it always referred to it in these ways of punching or clocked or whatever. And whether you didn't discuss it with him or not, the last thing you do in talking to him afterwards or trying to reconcile with him is to get into what the definition of those words mean to him. I never even addressed it. If he was ever pushed, it was a cold. He called it a cold clock. I mean, it's just very dramatic.
Isn't it true?
All right, again, I want you guys to pay attention to how smug she looked in that deposition, and look at how smug she looks now when she gives a response.
You're smiling as that audio recording is being played in your deposition, aren't you, Ms. Heard?
Not smiling because of the audio. I'm smiling because of what's happening around me.
You even roll your eyes at one point, don't you?
I was sitting opposite a whole table full of lawyers who were snickering, laughing, and rolling their eyes at me while I was talking.
Is there something amusing about kicking a door into your husband's head?
No, I was rolling my eyes and commenting on what I was experiencing at that time in recounting the
Is there
story.
something amusing to you about punching your husband in the jaw?
That is not what I was smiling about, and no, I do not think it's amusing.
Ms. Heard, you testified yesterday that all you want to do is move on. Do you remember that testimony?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, your exact words were, quote, "I just want him to leave me alone. I want to move on with my life, and he won't let me." Do you remember that?
Yes, that is correct.
But that's not true, is it, Ms. Heard?
It is.
Before they get into this portion of this hot cross-examination. I just want to give a thumbs up to Camille. She did an outstanding job, Lego stacking every detail that she needed in order to get Amber Heard to actually finally let out some of these actual details and really indulge into what the jury really needed to pull out of her being on the stand. She definitely did this in a way to where I could not have even thought to try to do. And everybody watching this, thank you so much. Love Nation. Please hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and definitely subscribe. I'm going to keep going.
It's very true.
You just haven't been able to move on with your life, have you? From Mr. Depp.
I'm here, aren't I?
In fact, on October 11th, 2018, you actually commenced an arbitration action against Mr. Depp for defamation, didn't you?
I don't recall that, no.
Your Honor, may I approach? May we approach?
Okay, they are approaching, and like I said, I definitely want to know what you guys think. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit so we can get back to the cross, because like I said, this lawyer did a stellar job with this.
November of 2018, right?
That is correct.
And that's 6 months before Mr. Depp filed this case against you, correct?
That's correct.
So you fired the first shot, not Mr. Depp.
I disagree. We sent a letter.
Thank you. Ms. Heard, isn't it true that you once filled out a customs form falsely so that you could get...
May we approach? Okay.
Okay, here they go with the approaching again. Every time we're about to get into the hot stuff, they approached. Let me go ahead and speed this up.
Alerted that you were filing for divorce, right, Ms. Heard?
No, I just knew that it was impossible to do that privately, so you could just hope it was a matter of time.
You knew they were going to be there, didn't you?
No, I did not. I mean, I assume since it's a public building that there is that likelihood, or not likelihood, but possibility. But I was shocked.
Your publicist, Jody Gottlieb, was there at the courthouse with you, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
So you anticipated that you might need your publicist?
I thought the filing might make, I was told the filing was public, that it would be impossible. There's no way for you to do a private filing. And then the second that I filed for the TRO, it would be public news. I didn't expect all these photographers and cameras to show up at the courthouse in real time, but they did.
If we could please pull up plaintiff's exhibit 1280, which is from the deposition, and at page, I can alert you, you have the transcript there, page 74, lines 22 through 74, line 22 through 75, line 13.
I'm sorry, just 72 lines.
Amber's
74,
getting crushed on that
line
stand.
22 through 75, line 13.
Okay, while they're going through that, and Amber is trying to come up with another Pinocchio Award response.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Thank you to everybody that is watching this video. You guys are definitely a part of Love Nation. What I'm doing tonight is just giving a brief synopsis of some of the key points from his testimony and just some closing thoughts. I definitely want to come back and make some more videos at a later time. Let's just get back into this. Forward just a little bit.
For me, so that he finds out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
You slipped up there, didn't you, Ms. Heard? You let it slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't know
TMZ
how
owns
to do
the
that.
copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
I have no idea what TMZ
Did they pay
owns.
you for that?
I never got paid for it because I had nothing to do with that.
So TMZ was just lucky in getting the inside scoop to your divorce from Mr. Depp, huh?
I have no idea. That's not my area of expertise. I wouldn't even know how to do that.
All right, I'm going to actually point something out because I actually looked into this online because I've actually been watching other YouTubers streaming this. So that's why I actually wanted to come back and put my own thoughts on this specific area of her cross-examination tonight. Apparently what happened was some other YouTubers uploaded that portion of the trial when they were doing their recap. And what happened was they had got some type of copyright strike. And when they got the copyright strike, what happens is whoever put the copyright strike on the video, you can see when you go into the information on who did it. Apparently the YouTubers, it was actually at least 2 or 3 of them, came back and said that particular video where Johnny Depp was slamming the kitchen cabinets when she was trying to show him aggressively banging the cabinets. I guess she felt like, oh, he was banging the cabinets, so she was in danger while he was pouring his mega pint. What happened was TMZ came up as the copyright. Now, to get down to why this is important, Amber Heard is the one that shot the video, okay? That information itself cannot be disputed. Okay, so because Amber Heard shot that video of Johnny banging the cabinets, I guess Amber was just so in danger, she needed to capture that. The copyright strike went to the owner being TMZ. Now, put 2 and 2 together. Amber shot it. It was on her phone. She obviously sold that video to TMZ because that video was in her camera phone or video, whatever. She had to sell it to somebody. If she didn't sell it directly to TMZ, which I seriously doubt, then that means that she had to have shared that video with somebody else, and then maybe they gave it to TMZ. That could be a good way to try to cover it up. But the problem is at this point, and what the lawyer got Amber boxed in for is that Amber was the one that shot the video. That was the problem. There was nobody else there in that kitchen while Johnny Depp was aggressively beating up the kitchen cabinets that she could point the finger at and say, oh, she did it, he did it, they did it. Nobody else was there. So Amber Heard was definitely boxed in at this point. All right, let me go ahead and keep playing it.
And also, what does that get me? If I wanted to leak things about Johnny, I could have done that in a much more successful way, in a bigger way, for years.
Now, when you were extorting him for $7 million?
I got a fraction of what I was entitled to in the state of California, by the way. What extortion?
Tassa Van Reed's your ex-wife, right?
That's right. She's my ex-partner.
She's the one that you told this jury Mr. Depp was jealous of, right?
Yeah, well, that was 2013 fights around March, yes.
You testified that he tried to burn one of her paintings, right?
That's correct.
You testified he tried to burn one of your favorite paintings that she did, right?
I don't know if it was one of my favorites.
You committed domestic violence against Miss Van Reed during your relationship, didn't you?
No, I did not.
You assaulted her at a Seattle airport in 2009, didn't you?
No, I did not.
And people saw that.
That's not true.
And it was covered in the press. Isn't that true?
It was planted in the press by Johnny's team 2 days after I got the TRO. Not coincidentally.
Can you please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1279?
Amber got so on today.
May we approach?
All right, so while they are approaching again, Amber had got so caught up in every little thing that she, in my opinion, lied about. She just everything. Everybody knew that she put pause on her previous partner.
Could you please have that article displayed for the witness? This is an article from 2 years ago, correct, Ms. Heard?
I don't know when this
May
was.
of 2020?
That's not when it came out, no. This story started getting planted after I got a TRO, after I got a restraining order against Johnny.
The headline says, Amber Heard allegedly struck.
Objection, Your Honor. I think Your Honor ruled she can't say that.
If you want to approach again.
What's so crazy about this is Amber Heard actually did spend a night in jail for this incident, and that was actually documented. Amber Heard actually did get arrested from what I researched. So that's a well-known fact. So I don't see how she's saying that this didn't happen. Now, she might not have actually had to face any real consequences. It probably got dropped later.
The title reads, Amber Heard allegedly grabbed, struck her ex-girlfriend at the airport. Doesn't it?
Yes, and that's not true.
May we approach?
Okay.
Again, I do believe that this is the incident that Amber Heard was arrested for when she put pause on her partner, and she is literally not telling the truth about this. It's just been well publicized that she did put pause on her previous partner. And, I wish that she would have just been woman enough to be like, you know what? Yes, it did happen. I made a mistake. And just come out with the truth. Because again, what Johnny's attorney is doing, just to give you guys his recap, Johnny's attorney is really going down to the small bare bones to try to basically catch her where she has been lying.
So the article, the title is Amber Heard allegedly struck her ex-girlfriend.
Overruled.
Thank you. If I may start over. Amber Heard allegedly struck her ex-girlfriend, Tassa Van Ree, at the airport in 2009. Did I read that right?
Yes, this is another example of the smear campaign.
So Mr. Depp is not the only domestic partner you've assaulted, is he, Ms. Heard?
I've never assaulted Mr. Depp or anyone else that I've been romantically linked to,
Oh
ever.
my God.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, cross-examination. Redirect.
Ms. Heard, did Ms. Van Ray come out after that article came in to make a public statement it was false?
Of course. Objection, Your Honor. Here's
I'm just gonna get in this and say this. Here come her lawyer again. I believe her name is Elaine, and she really did not do the best of job. I don't think she was as prepared as Johnny's lawyer. And this is just like a whole hot mess. She managed to really unravel everything that Amber Heard had literally lied on Johnny about. And the crazy part about this is we still have not seen any definitive evidence that Johnny even put a paw on her. This is nuts. I wish that they would have actually had this trial here before even they did the one in the UK. Because this is just crazy. Let me go ahead and continue playing this.
say.
Your Honor, I should at least be.
Overruled.
Thank you.
Of course she did.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the TMZ alerted. Explain to the jury what you meant by the TMZ was alerted.
So when you make these kind of filings, meaning divorce, marriage, things like that, they are public record. And so when we filed for divorce, when I filed for divorce, I asked my team to file in the most discreet way, literally to put it under a stack of papers and file it at the end of day. So kind of had more of a shot of being missed by the paparazzi and by TMZ and those sorts of publicity outlets. I believe that we had been remarkably lucky following the divorce, that it wasn't picked up, and that it gave me a precious few days of peace at that really fragile time. When I found out that they were going to run the story, or that they had the information, I was trying to get a hold of Johnny to clarify that I did not do this in a punitive way. I didn't want him to be mad at me. I didn't want him to find out in that sort of context online.
And
Let me pause that. I think she actually did want him to find out, in my own opinion. I think she was trying to continue to maximize as much damage on Johnny Depp as possible at this point, with the TRO and everything else that had been just trickling into the media. And again, the sad thing is that it seems to me, in my own opinion, everything that she blamed on Johnny was what she was actually doing to Johnny. And that just like bothers me about this. She really took advantage of the Me Too movement. She really took advantage of everybody just to gain more money and stature for herself.
And who had connections to TMZ?
Objection calls for speculation.
Do you know?
I do know. Johnny and I spoke about
Your
it.
Honor, calls for
Sustain
speculation.
the objection.
Did Mr. Depp tell you about who had connections with TMZ?
Yes, we talked about it. His lawyer, Laura Wasser.
Okay. Now, I'm going to start at the very beginning here. You were asked by Ms. Vasquez about why Mr. Depp won't or can't look you in the eye. And she read out, or she played a tape in which Mr. Depp said, "You will not see my eyes again." Do you recall that?
I do.
And that was during the mediation process in July, correct?
That was
Objection leading.
the first one.
Sustained
Okay.
is the leading.
When was this?
That was in July of 2016. That was the first mediation attempt. We met after that, and Johnny very much looked me in the eye.
Please tell the jury about the next meeting after he said, "You will not see my eyes again."
We met in the lawyer's office. They gave us a moment. Johnny kissed me again, held me. I cried, he cried, and then we had a short exchange, and he put a note in my pocket that said, "I'll love you dead or alive, my Slim," with his new phone number on it.
I'd like to bring up, Michelle, if you can, Defendant's Exhibit 1.
I'm going to pause this for 1 minute, and I'm just going to say this. Having been a person myself that has gone through divorce, not with none of this craziness going on by far. If you have been through a divorce, or if you've been close to somebody that has gone through a divorce, there is an emotional, mental toll that your whole body goes through. Not only that, but spiritually also. Johnny always seemed to be the person that wanted to be there for everybody. You can tell in the audio. Like, they've played so much audio about this where Amber is literally flipping out, cursing him out, throwing stuff. This man didn't had his finger cut off. He didn't took her to beautiful places around the world. He gave everything he could to help her go to counseling, get help. He was trying to get help for himself. He was going through stuff. Johnny did so much, moved her family into his penthouses. He done got her parts in movies, showed her off to the world. I mean, this girl was like a D-list actress. I mean, I'm just going to say it because her acting ain't that good. He done took a D-list actress, gave her an A-list lifestyle without her having to jump through all of the hoops he had to jump through back in the 80s when he was starting. I mean, she basically was in Rum Diary. She didn't sat up here and sold all this crap to Johnny. Johnny then gave her millions of dollars, access to all his money, penthouses, people he knew in Hollywood. He literally took a D-list actress and gave her an A-list lifestyle. She threw everything back in his face. Of course, this man is going to be sitting there grieving that after all the stuff they've been through, Amber Heard was still looking out for Amber Heard. I didn't even hear her say thank you to this man. It seemed to me, and I'm just going to keep it 100%, it seemed to me that whatever inner monsters Amber has, Amber will never look herself in the face and be like, you know what, Johnny, I'm sorry. You tried to be there for me and I screwed that up. And she was still like, oh, he gave me his number. Oh, he was crying. He was in pain about this. Johnny could have married anybody. Okay? Johnny Depp, well-known actor, A-lister, millions of dollars, very well liked. He could have married anybody and sat up there for almost 5-6 years putting up with this gold digging wench. I said wench. Wench. And she's still looking out for herself and saying, oh, he was crying and he gave me his new phone number. What an ungrateful. Let me finish playing this.
581L. I'm sorry? Oh. Do you recognize this?
Objection, Your Honor.
document?
May we approach?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, while they are approaching, again, this is the end of Amber Heard's testimony. And just to recap for everybody just coming in, I just want to say thank you again. It means a lot to me that this channel is growing. I deeply appreciate all the Love Nation family that is in the building tonight, listening to this brief recap of the last 45 minutes or so of Amber Heard's testimony and cross-examination. If you missed the beginning of this video, go ahead and just replay it. I am just going to end up wrapping near, just, let her finish the cross-examination. Like I said, Amber Heard really got owned today. She got exposed.
Could you tell the jury what the coaster was that he slipped into your pocket, what it said?
It said, I love you forever, my Slim, dead or alive.
And what, if anything, did it have in addition?
His new phone number.
And to be, just so we're clear, on how many occasions in that second mediation did Mr. Depp look you in the eye?
Many.
Okay. And when Ms. Vasquez asked you if you knew why Mr. Depp couldn't or wouldn't look you in the eye here or in the UK, you said, yes, you know. Why? Please tell the jury why.
Because he's guilty. Because he knows he's lying. Otherwise, why can't he look at me? I survived. I survived that man, and I'm here, and I'm able to look at him.
I'm going to pause this. This is pathetic. I'm going to say again, this is D-list acting at its best. She's looking at the jury. You can tell that she kind of has like this extra air in her throat. And again, this is just coming from me just being observant. She looked at the jury and now she's trying to like really hone in and look at him as if, she needs to get that little bit of satisfaction that, oh, Johnny just needs to gaze at me one more time. Girl, sit down.
Thank you. You were asked about a bruise that was on your arm. from March 15, 2013. Do you recall how long before the picture you had sustained that bruise?
I do.
How long?
2 weeks.
You were asked a number of times by Ms. Vasquez if you took pictures from your incidents earlier in the relationship.
Yes.
Why didn't you?
It was something I started doing only kind of incidentally. You know, I was commenting to my best friend. I was looking for support from my mom, things like that. There was, I'm ashamed to say, never a thought that this would happen. I mean, not until December and my best friend taking pictures of me to capture it. That wasn't even a thing.
It has been suggested by Ms. Vasquez to you in your questions that you didn't tell anyone about the abuse until the TRO. Is that true?
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
All right. What if any? All right. Who did you tell about the abuse during the time it was happening?
Objection, Your Honor,
That's
leading
not offered to, it's.
and hearsay.
Sustained.
Your Honor, it's prior consistent statements.
It's leading, it's sustained. Next question.
Okay. What, if anything, did you tell to anyone about the abuse?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'll sustain.
Your Honor, may I approach?
That's fine.
And they are approaching again. And like I said, Amber Heard was not very efficient on the stand, in my opinion. She, and even her staring at the jury is just make me feel kind of queasy. Like, I think her testimony was cleaned up versus what it was before they went to break. But now it's still like, she's looking at the jury. It's too creepy. It's starting to get creepy. Like, and I definitely want to hear y'all comments about this because, it actually took me aback because even if you look at Johnny's testimony, he was literally answering the questions to the person that was asking him. He came off very even. He didn't come off to be needing to take a pause to think of an answer. His testimony has been so consistent to everything that they asked. Every time Amber Heard has been asked something about even the same incident, it seems like she just needs to add a little extra, a little extra, a little extra, to a point where she gets so wrapped up in what she tried to explain, she don't even remember what she said. In my opinion, this recross, I think near the end of her testimony, again, I did not think went very well. To ask her, oh, did Johnny just gaze in your eyes? I just find that to be like not needed.
Ms. Heard, how many people have you shared the fact of abuse prior to 2015?
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
How
Calls for
many?
hearsay.
How many?
Overruled.
Roughly about 10.
Can you name them?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I think she can, it's not offered, it's just to show that she informed people before. They're suggesting.
Objection, Your Honor, can we approach? This is, again, inappropriate.
I actually think this area, that question, I think she should have let Amber go ahead and answer it because I actually want to know who else is going to come up there and validate this for Amber because Amber is actually putting on her case right now. I want to know if any of these people show up. So I actually think they should have just let her just say it. Who are these people? because I want to know if these people are actually going to get up and say, oh, yeah, Amber said this. I think they could have caught her up in some more lies.
Now, you were asked whether you had consulted a medical doctor about any problems with your nose, correct?
That's correct.
And you indicated that you in fact had after the divorce, correct?
Objection leading.
Did you or did you not consult an ENT after the divorce?
Objection leading.
Did you produce medical records to the defendants relating to this?
Objection leading calls.
I'll sustain the objection.
Thank you.
Leading,
And-
next
and
question.
Your Honor, if we could,
Let's-
witness could be instructed not to answer until I
All right.
lodge my objection.
Wait for the objection, please.
Could we bring up Defendants Exhibit 1077? Do you recognize this document?
My screen is black.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I do.
And could you tell us what it is?
That's the, what my ENT, the ears, nose, and throat doctor, told me was.
Objection, Your Honor,
the
hearsay.
damage.
All right, when there's objection, please stop talking. Thank you. All right, I'll sustain the objection as to hearsay.
Okay.
Oh, this is going bad for her.
What, if any, you were asked if you had, it was suggested that you had not produced this in discovery. Is that true? or false?
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
Your Honor,
and-
she absolutely did that.
It's leading. It is leading question though. I'll sustain the objection as to leading.
What, if anything, did you do to produce medical records to the defendant, to the plaintiff in this case?
I turned over all of my devices and they had the Johnny's team had a third party or someone they selected as a third party go and pull all relevant documents from those devices, which I handed over.
Do you know how many were handed over?
Hundreds of thousands, I believe, maybe.
Objection, Your Honor, lack of foundation.
All right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
And do you, what, if anything, did you produce to the plaintiff in connection with your consultation with an ENT specialist relating to your nose?
Objection, leading.
Sustain.
What, I said, what, if
Foundation,
anything?
hearsay.
What if anything? It's not the cure-all. It's sustained.
When did you see an ENT specialist?
2017 or 2016 or 17.
And as a result of that consultation, what did you learn about your nose?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'm not asking her to tell what they said.
Yeah, I'll sustain the objection.
What, if any, production did you make to the plaintiffs of your medical records with the ENT?
Objection, Your Honor, lack of foundation.
If you only have foundation.
Do you know whether the records, medical records from your EMT were produced in discovery? in this
Objection,
case?
Your Honor, lack of foundation calls for speculation.
I'm
I'm
asking.
overruled if she knows.
Thank you.
Yes.
And do you recall? I'm trying. What, if anything, did the medical records reflect about your nose?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
Do you have injuries to your nose?
Yes.
Please describe those to the jury.
I have
I'm going to
a bunch of
object
scar
to
tissue.
I'm going to object to the extent it calls for hearsay and lack of foundation
Overruled.
and improper expert opinion.
Well,
I'm going to pause this right here just to point something out. She said that she went to see the ear, nose, and throat doctor in 2017. Excuse me, I'm trying not to laugh and cough at the same time. How in the world? Now she didn't testify. He didn't broke her nose about at least 5 times, according to Amber. How in the world you sit up here trying to tell me that you didn't manage to even get to a doctor allegedly until 2017? Y'all was already divorced. Now you're trying to say, oh, it was something up my nose. I actually went and got it checked out a year after I got divorced. At that point, ain't no telling what happened to you from what? About a year plus you weren't even with Johnny Depp, but now you want to go to the doctor in 2017. See, I think this should not have even been able to be admitted into evidence at all. Johnny Depp was not around her. You cannot sit up here and say that he did all this stuff to me, and this is my opinion, back in 2013, but now you want to make a claim for body parts having issues a year after this man has not even been around you.
She can certainly testify too.
We'll see where it goes. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a significant amount of scar tissue in my nose.
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll sustain the objection.
What, if any, difficulty do you have breathing?
Objection leading.
What, if anything? And that does cure on
No,
it.
it doesn't, but I'll overrule the objection. Thank you.
Do you remember?
I have a significant amount of trouble breathing at night, and I've been putting off having surgery for it.
Now you were asked about December 15, 2015. And Ms. Vasquez suggested that you did not report the abuse or the injuries to Aaron Filati. Do you recall that?
Objection, Your
question?
Honor. Leading.
Sorry, I'm entitled to go into what Ms. Vasquez asked.
Objection is leading. I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Did you report, what, if anything, did you report to Aaron Filati about the abuse you sustained on 12/15/2015?
Objection leading and hearsay.
This is pure madness. Like I said, for anybody just coming in, this is the last half of Amber Heard's cross-examination and redirect. I am just going back to do a recap for some things that I noticed tonight and parts of this trial that really stuck out to me. Thank you for everybody, again, that is watching. Please share a comment and hit that subscribe button. You know, we are definitely going to hit 1,000 subscribers this year. Definitely. Love you guys. Love Nation. This trial is so crazy. I mean, this really looks like a divorce hearing more than a defamation suit. And this is just like, it seemed like Amber got caught in so much stuff. Like, this is offensive. Social media is going in on Amber Heard right now, you know, and like I said, there is nothing that was really presented that I even think would be like, oh, wow, Johnny Depp did do that. Like, seriously, like the nose doctor, is this the best you can do? This girl done took so much audio, all of the audio that was even played in court. If you listen to it, Amber is clearly the aggressor in the situation. Johnny is frustrated. You know, it seemed like she was just going out her way to belittle and insult him. And now she's continuing this charade even at the end of her testimony. I would actually respect Amber Heard at this point to some small degree if she would just be like, you know what? Johnny didn't do all this. Let me just woman up. But no, she is too much of a narcissist to do that. She's going to carry this on and on. And honestly, I think this could, in my opinion, lead to perjury charges. So this is just very curious to me. You know, Camille Vasquez came in for Johnny and just really hammered every single point that I think everybody had questions about concerning Amber Heard. things that just did not make sense about things that she'd been putting out there about him. And I am just really glad, win or lose for Johnny, and I'm crossing my fingers that Johnny actually does win this case, that there is enough proof out there so people can be like, you know what? Johnny did not do this to this young lady. And I seriously hope that she can get some help. Let me go ahead and speed this video up toward the end.
Testimony in this case about what she observed on 12/17/2000.
Okay, this ad is playing. As soon as I can get rid of it, I am going to get rid of this ad. Here we go. Let's go back.
15.
Objection, Your Honor. This is outside the scope of cross-examination.
It's prior consistent
I'm gonna
statements.
sustain the objection.
Observations for the
I'm gonna
12/17, the same day.
Sustain the objection. Next question.
May I approach?
Okay.
They are approaching again. Let me just go ahead and forward.
Trying to be tough. I'm not sure what kind of pain I was in.
Now, Ms. Vasquez asked you about how you got your role in Aquaman. Could you please describe to the jury how you got your role in
Yes.
Aquaman?
I auditioned, not Johnny. I auditioned. I worked really hard, and I went to where we were filming the first movie, Justice League. I went, I think, 5.5 months early before filming commenced, when I heard that they wanted to fire me, and so I put myself in the job.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Sustain.
Keep it away.
I worked
what
really
they
hard.
said.
I worked really hard on that and had to prove myself. And I did that for, even though I was only filming for 6 days, I was there for 6 months. Just worked my butt off. That's why.
What, if any, role did Mr. Depp play in your getting Aquaman?
He tried to have me fired from it.
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
All right, I'll sustain his speculation.
How do you know that he tried to have you fired?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation and hearsay and lack of foundation.
I'm trying to lay a
All
foundation.
right, lay foundation.
I saw it. I saw the emails. I saw the text.
I'll sustain the objection as the hearsay. Next question.
You were asked about Isaac Baruch and why and that he saw no marks. What is your recollection of your interaction with Isaac Baruch during the week of May 22nd?
I saw Isaac when I was coming or going, meaning I was leaving or arriving to the building. I saw him at a distance. We did not have a in-depth conversation, nor would we. And I told him, actually, right after it happened, what his friend had done.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I don't think it's offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Okay. Stay away from what was said. Can you just tell us what interaction you had with him and his opportunity to observe you with absolutely no makeup?
Objection,
That's
Your Honor.
impossible.
Leading.
Sustain the objection. It's leading.
Please describe for the jury your interaction with Isaac Baruch during the week of May 22nd.
Well, not only did I have makeup on, but I did attempt to kind of let him know what happened.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
You were asked some questions about Officer Melissa Sines' testimony. What, if anything, do you recall relating to Officer Melissa Sines' testimony relating to your injuries?
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Your Honor said I could redirect after the cross-examination.
You want to approach?
All right, again, I think Johnny's lawyers at this point has just gotten tired of Amber Heard even being on the stand. I think I'm actually tired of her too. For her to say that she got that Aquaman part all on her own, baby girl, you was a D-list actor. Like, nobody even misses you. Like, we miss Johnny's movies. We don't care if you even do a broom and mop commercial at this point. We don't want to see you. She has literally ruined herself. I'm glad that she was forced to testify. I am glad that we are able to watch this and help clear Johnny Depp's name. This is completely craziness. And you can actually see that Johnny Depp has kept it cool. He's been literally doing the same thing. He doesn't seem to be upset. Amber Heard actually kind of does look like she is going to lose her cool.
What, if anything, do you recall of Officer Sines' testimony in this case relating to your injuries and the property destruction?
I recall her saying that she didn't feel that the state I was in was enough of an injury to her, or wasn't injury seeming to her.
Okay. And what about the property damage?
She claims she did not see any property damage, but I walked with her over broken glass, so I don't know why she's saying that.
What, if any, interactions did you have with Alejandro Romero during the week of May 22?
I spoke to him briefly.
Objection, Your Honor, to the extent it calls for hearsay.
Overruled at this point, spoke to him.
I spoke to him briefly in passing as I was entering, and maybe when I was exiting the building, but always when I was on my way out or in from being outside, meaning makeup. I had makeup on always, as I do.
Why did James Franco visit you on the evening of 5/22/2016?
Objection calls for speculation.
Do you know?
Yes.
Please tell us.
Because he was my friend and he lived next door, quite literally lived next door. And I frankly exhausted my support network with my usual friends and was happy to welcome as much friendship at that time as I could possibly get.
Now, the video showed.
I'm just going to pause it right here because we all saw that James Franco video played in court today. Baby girl, you don't need a male friend to come to your home that you shared with your husband at that time. Have him come over. Your husband ain't there and he's showing up at around 11:30 at night. That don't look like a support system. I mean, if you needed to speak to someone that bad, I can understand, and I'll give you a little bit of leeway if, he just called on the phone, be like, hey, I'm here for you. He did not need to come up there at 11:30 at night after you was trying to get the locks changed. That's very tacky.
Him laying his head on your shoulder. Can you describe for the jury what the interaction was, without saying what was said, what the interaction was that led to that?
He, after seeing my face, put his
Objection, Your
head on
Honor,
my
calls for
shoulder.
Speculation. That doesn't call for speculation. If she sees that he sees her.
He touched the side of my
I'll
face
sustain the
too.
objection.
And
Okay.
again, Your Honor, if we can instruct the witness.
If you could wait till after the objection, please. All right, next
What
question.
What did Mr. Franco do on the elevator before laying his head on your shoulder?
He touched the side of my face and responded to what he saw.
We talked about you were shown a bunch of newspaper headlines, and there was one in particular referring to sexual violence. What, if anything, did Mr. Waldman do to you relating to that article?
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation calls for speculation.
What did he do to her?
Unintelligible. I don't understand the question.
Overruled, we'll see where it goes.
He was carrying the paper that had that headline on it that he leaked and threw it at me at the UK trial. We were unfortunately sat kind of actually literally next to one another with COVID spacing in between us, and he threw the paper down at me as he sat down with that on the cover.
And where was that?
In the UK, at the UK trial.
Objection, Your Honor. This is beyond the scope.
That's not beyond the
So
scope.
overruled.
Thank you. Why did you tweet about the makeup and Mr. Waldman?
Because he was calling me a liar and a hoaxer, and that this was an elaborate hoax just to get Johnny.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question. Next question.
Yeah, okay. I don't have any more questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right. Maybe you can have a seat next to your attorney, okay? You can go and have a seat next to her. That's fine.
I am going to go ahead and pause it right there. So I'm just going to give you guys just my own little brief recap. First of all, thank you guys for joining me in Love Nation. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. Help support this channel. I totally appreciate everybody that came in to see. Check out my previous celebrity videos. I literally have hundreds on my channel. I'm just going to say that again, just to sum up this recap. This redirect cross-examination from Amber Heard's lawyer, I think, did not go very well. I think that Johnny's lawyer did a stellar job at really getting down to those key points that needed to be discussed. So big thumbs up. I think this was definitely a win for Johnny. Amber Heard is completely exposed at this point, and tomorrow I am going to make another brief recap video that goes into some key areas of testimony, and that'll probably be around 6:15 or so tomorrow. Please hit that notification bell so you know when I am going live. Now, I don't go live very often, but I really want to go live for this particular trial. So like, share, and subscribe. Share your comments below. And enjoy your night, Love Nation. Hit that thumbs up out the door. Thank you so much. Be safe and enjoy your evening. Bye, guys. Love you. And justice for Johnny.